David is in his early 30s, works a steady job, and does everything he was told to do to be successful. Every morning, he wakes up, heads to the office, and trades his time for a paycheck. From the outside, David looks like he's doing just fine. But beneath the surface, there's a quiet sense of frustration. He works hard, yet his bank account never seems to reflect the effort he puts in at the office. David is starting to realize that working hard is only one part of the equation, and he's missing the most important piece of the puzzle. This is the story of how David almost stayed poor forever by following the rules of the middle class.
One sunny Tuesday, David's boss calls him into the office for some life-changing news. He's getting a significant promotion and a 20% raise because of his consistent performance. David's eyes light up as he calculates the extra thousands of dollars that will be hitting his account every month. He feels like he's finally made it, thinking this is the moment his financial struggles end forever. He imagines the freedom this money will bring, the stress it will dissolve, and the security it will build. But David doesn't realize that he is about to step directly into the most dangerous financial trap known to man.
Before the first increased paycheck even arrives, David's brain starts spending it. He thinks about his old car, his cramped apartment, and the generic coffee he drinks every morning. Suddenly, the things that were good enough yesterday feel like symbols of his former, poorer self. He decides he deserves a little reward for his hard work, and that reward comes in the form of a shiny new car lease and a more expensive rental in a trendy neighborhood. This is lifestyle creep in its purest form, the silent killer of wealth. David believes he is living better, but in reality, he is just increasing the cost of his existence to match his
Scrolling through social media and notices his peers are all living a certain way. They post photos of expensive dinners, luxury vacations, and designer watches. David feels a subconscious pressure to fit in, to show the world that he too is successful. He starts saying yes to every invitation, every new gadget, and every premium subscription service. He tells himself he can afford it now because of the raise, but he's actually falling into the comparison trap. He isn't spending money to improve his life. He's spending it to maintain an image of success that he hasn't truly earned yet.
A few months pass, and David notices something strange. Despite earning more than he feels more than before. His new car payment is high, his rent has doubled, and his balance is. He gets paid, money vanishes instantly into bills and lifestyle maintenance. He's no longer saving anything. He's just servicing his debts. The safety net he promised himself he would build has completely disappeared. David is now living a high-consumption lifestyle, but he's only one missed paycheck away from a total financial disaster. He is trapped in a cycle of earning to spend rather than earning to grow.
David ignores the warning signs and continues his habits. He believes that the solution to his money problems is simply more money. He waits for the next promotion, the next bonus, or the next lucky break, thinking that a bigger number will fix the hole in his pocket. But he's ignoring the fundamental law of finance. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. By focusing only on his income and ignoring his spending habits, he is building his life on a foundation of sand. He is missing the opportunity to invest his surplus, missing the magic of compound interest, and essentially working for everyone else but himself.
The breaking point comes unexpectedly on a rainy Monday morning. David's new car, the one he thought would make him feel successful, breaks down. It's a major repair, not covered by the warranty, and the bill is staggering. David checks his bank account and realizes he doesn't have the cash to cover it. He has to put the repair on a high-interest credit card, adding to his growing mountain of debt. For the first time, the reality of his situation hits him hard. He feels a heavy weight in his chest as he realizes that despite his good job, he is actually living on the edge of ruin. The illusion of his success has shattered.
That night, David sits at his kitchen table with a pen and a piece of paper. He lists out his income and every single one of his expenses. The numbers don't lie.
He sees that he's spending hundreds of dollars on things he doesn't even use, and thousands on things that don't bring him real joy. He realizes he has been a slave to his own ego. He thought he was moving forward, but he was just running faster on a hamster wheel designed to keep him broke. This moment of clarity is painful, but it's the first step toward a different life. He decides that the cycle ends here and now. David begins to research what truly wealthy people do differently. He discovers that wealth isn't the car you drive or the clothes you wear. Wealth is the assets you own that generate income without your effort. He learns the difference between looking rich and being wealthy. Looking rich is high consumption. Being wealthy is high net worth. He realizes that if he wants to be free, he needs to stop buying liabilities and start buying his time back. This epiphany changes his entire perspective on every dollar that enters his hands. A dollar is no longer something to be spent. It's a soldier that can fight for his freedom. David starts making drastic changes. He sells the expensive car and buys a reliable used one. He moves to a smaller, more affordable apartment and cuts out the subscriptions and luxuries that were draining his accounts. His friends notice and ask if he's having money problem. David smiles and says, "Buy freedom." First time he has a plus at the end of the day. Instead of spending it, he puts it into an emergency fund. He feels a sense of peace that no luxury item ever gave him. He is finally in control of his money, rather than being controlled by it. With his emergency fund built, David starts investing. About low index funds, power of he treats it like an important bill, pays himself first before anyone else. He watches small contributions begin to grow. He realizes that by living below his means, he is creating a gap between his income and his expenses, and that gap is where wealth is created. He is no longer worried about looking successful to strangers. He is focused on becoming actually successful for himself and his future. The progress is slow, but it's real. David learns the power of delayed gratification. He realizes that the urge to spend is often just a temporary emotional spike that fades if you wait. He adopts the 24-hour rule. If he wants to buy something non-essential, he must wait a full day before clicking purchase. Most of the time, the urge disappears. He finds joy in simple things that are free, walking in the park, reading books from the library, and spending time with friends who value him for who he is, not what he has. Years pass, and David's small sprouts of investment have grown into a sturdy forest. He gets another promotion, but this time he doesn't change his lifestyle at all. He takes 100% of the raise and puts it directly into his investments. He has reached a point where his assets generate enough income to cover his basic needs. He is no longer working because he has to. He is working because he chooses to. The fear that used to haunt him at night is gone, replaced by a deep, quiet confidence. The moral of David's journey is simple yet profound. You will never be rich if your desire to look successful is greater than your desire to be free. Wealth isn't a destination reached by earning more. It's a habit formed by keeping more. If you continue to increase your spending every time your income grows, you will always be a slave to the paycheck, no matter how large that paycheck is. The path to wealth is paved with discipline, delayed gratification, and the courage to live a life that looks boring on the outside, so you can be truly free on the inside. It's time to choose. Do you want to look rich, or do you want to be rich? If David's story resonated with you, it's time to take the first step toward your own freedom. Start by tracking your expenses and identifying the creeps in your own lifestyle. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to join our community of people building real wealth. Leave a comment below and tell us one small financial change you're making today. Remember, your future self is counting on the choices you make right now. Don't just work for money. Make your money work for you. See you in the next video.